them know you appreciate them coming off of turn number 4. Okay. Lights are out. Our first A main event of the evening. Dwarf cars for 20 laps. Richard Berkvam and Mark Biscardi on the front row. Then it's Dutra, Peters, Mendenhall, Mosier, Matthias, Marsh, and Mendenhall. Off of turn 4, here we go. A huge jump in the West Coast Mechanical 66B for Mark Biscardi. He opens up down the backside, but here comes Dave Mosier from row number 3. Mosier from row 3 is all the way up to second already. Biscardi is your leader. Mosier second. John Peters is back to third. Travis Dutra fourth. Fifth is the 13. Mark Biscardi up over the cushion. There goes Dave Mosier. Mosier takes the lead on lap number 2. It's never a good sign when David Mosier hits the front for the rest of the field, but Mosier's there on lap number 2. Biscardi back to second. John Peters is third. Travis Dutra fourth. Carroll Mendenhall fifth. Disco Danny Marsh was sixth. Seventh is Chad Matthias. Eighth, Trevor Mendenhall. And ninth is your pole sitter, Richard Berkvam. Into turns 1 and 2 they go. Nice and easy goes Dave Mosier. Taking a defensive line through 1 and 2. Mark Biscardi about 10 car lengths Chad Matthias. Matthias is running 5th or 6th. Yellow's out for Richard Berkvam. Yellow is out for Richard Berkvam. Oh my. Mosier's led for so long, he probably has no idea the fast spot is down there in 1 and 2. We'll see what happens with 17 laps down. Here we go. They get through the gears. Mosier goes to the top. Peters is going to cross over, see if he can gain any ground on him. Mosier's just too fast tonight. Green flag is back out. 17 laps down. Peters runs the top, but underneath him goes the 13 of Adam Johnson. Check that. That's Carroll Mendenhall. White flag is out for Dave Mosier. Mendenhall second. Third is Peters. But for the 6th time in 8 races, Dave Mosier wins. Mendenhall second, Peters third. Disco Danny Marsh was 4th. Chad Matthias was 5th. 23, 13, 71, 27 will end up on the front straightaway. Doesn't get much more dominant than that. Dave Mosier wins again.
All right, so Danny Marsh, we had a little fun with him at the pit meeting because he's the man to beat here now, right? When he got beat here 2 weeks ago, Danny Wagner came, he said, I interviewed him, he said, hey, he beat me at a regional, and I wanted to come over to his neighborhood and beat him, and he did. He's not here tonight, shame on him, and you're the winner.
Right, he's at the Nationals, and I wish I could be there, but I can't, so here I am. No, you know, my car wasn't right last time, and so
That's excuse number 1.
right, and then I had one too.
That's excuse number 2. Next you're going to say, like, I put a tone like Discovery Bay or something, right?
Right. No, the track was good tonight. You guys do.
Thank you very much.
Right. So yeah, everything's good. Car's good.
All right, so last year, you've got decals now. Last year, I always told you, like, you were sponsored by the inside of a Tylenol bottle because your whole car was white. All I had was a number. Now you have some sponsors. Tell us about it.
You know, basically I just sponsored myself, you know, my business. I had to put it on the site because it gave me so much grief last year. So I went and bought a vinyl cutter and I did it myself.
All right, so, I mean, there's people like John Peters, former track champion. He's inching up there. Carroll Mendenhall, I mean, if he can put a bumper to you, he'll spin your butt out. I know that for a fact. So, you know, next race, you're going to be watching it.
Yeah, everyone's getting faster here. Hopefully, you know, they keep working on their cars and we can have some good races.
All right, your Mosier Racing Products Dwarf Car Main Event winner. I heard Ron Lingron say 6 out of 9. He's